think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a
Hey, Froggy.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Wednesday, December 5th, 2018. We got some new QAnon, Q clearance, breadcrumbs, updates, drops. Folks, we also got Ben in the studio. Happened to be in the area today. So without any further ado, Ben, how you doing?
Doing wonderful, man. It's awesome to be in the studio without projecting in. So pretty excited for a good show today.
It's always nice when we get the guest and other hosts to come in and be in studio when they can. A lot of the work this day and age can be done digitally, the way the things we do, research and talking, but it is always nice, makes for a way better show. And plus, it's just a good time to hang out, and we can do some garage talk after, and it's
For sure.
So possibly Ben and Nate, or Scott and Nate, at a later point in this week. Trying to work that out. Was trying to work it out last week with just schedules and whatnot. But yeah, so we got some new right now currently. Let me do one other thing here. We're gonna go ahead and kick this off live stream. So let me do that, because I did not do that. I wanted to.
And we're recording, yeah.
So I don't know which one's which here. Give me 1 second. Let me take the full screen off and reveal this. So that's the 35 right here, starting.
Just getting a little IT handshake and all live stuff and the coding put in. So
All right, we're starting up.
doing it up.
So again, welcome to the Patriot Hour. We got Ben in the studio. We're going live. We're just going to do our normal show, but we want to go live to the Patriot Tech and have a show recording for the Patriot Hour.
Yep.
So we're going to move along with business as normal. Other than that, how's your morning been, Ben?
Oh, it's been pretty good. I have to say it's been very interesting on some of the talk shows, what they're kind of saying in regards to today.
Yeah, what's going on right now at this minute? It's 11:25, folks. We got Bush's.
The ceremony is happening as we speak right now for George H.W. They're doing, I don't know if they're in the taps section yet of the ceremony, but their ceremony is happening right now. Obviously, all to federal shutdown. No mail is running. Stock market's down as in not functioning today.
So it's a typical government protocol for a past president, folks. If you honor the highest office, in our government, and there's it's even if it's been tainted or misused, we're taking it back. So lots of you are wondering what's going on. Why is Bush or Trump being so nice to the Bushes? Well, regardless, there's optics going on right now, and you can't go out of that. And you're respecting the office and just the presidency in general. If other things come to light, other things will come to light.
This is just governmental protocol. This has happened in prior administrations. This is no different. You're honoring a man who served in the highest position of office. Very typical. So, would be interesting to see how this ceremony fully goes and what's revealed in days to come. But obviously today we interested to see what's happening with that. On top of the new Q post, see what what he is saying, and of course today was a very pivotal day. A lot of big stuff was supposed to happen today.
Yes,
big stuff, and all of a sudden, Deep State did a little 1-2, and so it's basically
well played, Deep State, huh?
Well played. Allow us to return the favor, or to counteract. So.
All right, I pulled up the Q post here. Let me see. 2552 is the latest post here. We got an article to the Wall Street Journal. It looks like Wall Street Journal. Another high-ranking FBI official to depart. Let's go to the article.
Yes, another high-ranking FBI official to depart, you guys. Another one.
Bill Priestrap, who currently serves as assistant director of the Bureau's counterintelligence division, will leave his post by year end. Well, geesh. So, I think they go on a couple kind of weeks of down show too, you know.
He's got maybe 3 weeks with the time limit.
Yeah, he's gonna maybe milks it out. He'll go 3.5 weeks. Washington, a top FBI official who helped oversee 2 politically sensitive investigations related to the 2016 presidential campaign, is retiring from government service. Bill Priestrap, who currently serves as assistant director of the FBI Counterintelligence Division, will leave his post. That's the same place that Stroke worked at. Will leave his post by the end of the year. Mr. Priestrap, a 20-year veteran of the Bureau, worked on organized crime and drug cases in Chicago. Now, they just raided somewhere in Chicago yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was a couple places this is like hot off the press, if you will. They were doing raids in Chicago. So this
Go ahead and...
After Mr. Precept's departure, none of the high-ranking Bureau officials involved in the 2 investigations will remain with the Bureau. I mean, jeez.
Follow the names on the list provided. Update in the brackets. So where's that list at? Panic in D.C., the Clinton Foundation.
Wow.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. That list provided, is that from the article or is that from the one before that? Not that article, but that one right there. Was it? That's
so we got, and then you can't do anything on this because we're not.
Well, you have to sign up and subscribe to get the full story. And we didn't want to do the Wall Street Journal. We didn't want to get that
Wall Street
disinformation
Journey
across our smart devices.
Let's go for the 50% off 6 months. What do you guys think?
Come on now, it's only 50%.
How do we read the story here? So let's go somewhere else for.
Yeah, highlight.
There is no list in here though. I can guarantee that provided.
Or maybe highlight the title of the article and see what happens.
That's what I meant to do.
See if we can't do a little two-stepper kind of. The
NSA.
Two-step. We're doing taking a cue from the NSA's book, playbook.
Little query.
Two-step query.
All right. Looks like a copied because we know they copy stories, folks. All right. Another high-ranking FBI official to depart. Now we're getting a little bit of photo.
He's angry.
A top FBI official who helped oversee 2 politically sensitive investigations related to the 2016 presidential campaign is retiring from government service. Seems like what I just read.
Yes.
Bill Priestrap, who currently serves as assistant director of the FBI Investigation Counterintelligence, will leave his post by year end. 20-year vet of the FBI. Did organized crime and drug cases in Chicago. And he had something to do with September 11th here. Seen before rising through the national security ranks of the agency after for his due diligence in covering up. Mr. Priestrap's retirement is unrelated to the controversies over the handling of the 2016 investigations. According to a person familiar with the matter, he became eligible to retire and chosen to do so after 20 years of service. The federal government allows some employees, including FBI agents, to retire with...
Hit that source up there. Let's see what this
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal.
So they only gave us a taste of it. Just a taste.
Just a taste of it. So, if anything, though, why is this number 2 guy all of a sudden going into retirement? Don't these now? That's just 20 years.
So
can't you do like a 22-year, 23, 24? I mean, I've got personal friends who put more than 20 years in their career before they retired in the same position in the same company. So just 20 years? I thought these guys are really wanting to push out all their service for as long as it can. These guys are lifers.
So we're going back to April 27th of 18. I just kind of typed in Priestrap.
A precept?
Right here, Bill Priestrap, head of counterintelligence and Stroke's boss, cooperating witness.
Ooh, power
removed. So, do we see his name come up down here? Is this the same one above? Rachel Brand. These are just... So, Lisa Page.
So
right here.
There you go. There it is.
To be called.
So now, is this right now?
What about this guy? Are they resigned?
Mike Cortan?
He put resigned in already under Mike Cortan. Bill.
So now, let's see what's going on.
Right here. Bill Priestrap, head of FBI counterintelligence, Stroke's boss. I was correct on that. Cooperating witness, power removed. Peter Stroke, deputy assistant director of county intelligence. See, he was like number 4 in the game. This dude was number 1.
No. Well, he was number 2, I think. He was number 2 in the FBI, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, in the counterintelligence.
Counterintelligence division.
I was saying, and if you see his, Peter Stroke was deputy assistant.
Yes.
So I think he was number 3 or 4 down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he cooperating witness, but he got fired. So Q's told us a few times. What else does it say in this one?
This is the newest one we just read. So pull it.
Yep.
Yeah.
House cleaning. What's that next one?
This one's from April. Where's
Bill Priestap, head of counterintelligence, Stroke's boss, cooperating witness, power. So how many times is Q going to tell us the same thing over and over before it's like, power removed?
Ooh, biggest cover up in U.S. history attempted. So let's look here. Reporter, section chief, secretary, FBI executive, assistant special agent in charge, assistant legal, unattributed, section chief.
Here we go.
There we
Here's some
go.
meat.
Here's a little bit of meat for you folks out there looking to do your research today.
Not too much potatoes in there.
There's Stroke, lead agent,
So who's-
Connor Over.
So who's his boss, right?
Where's got Michael Steinbeck?
Right, probably right there, right? The lead analyst and Peter Strzok's boss.
It would
Or-
supervisory special agent Bill Moore.
So this
Jim
is just
Baker.
this is a chain of command for the mid-year investigation.
Deputy director, special counsel.
So the Peter Strzok could report either to the AD Counterintelligence Division or right to the special counsel.
Michael Cortain. Where is Priestrap again? Right here. So we just get repeats. I don't see him in here, do you?
No, I can't
Okay.
see him offhand. He could be in there, folks, but we're just we're doing shooting from the hip on this one, just kind of going through, see what the map tells us. Or the Q map.
Come on now. Let's figure where I was right here. Again, power removed, cooperating witness. We've told that millions of times. Nothing to see here. Escorted out, Peter. Biggest cover up in U.S. history attempted.
Again, he shows us the flow of information or how the command goes.
FBI chain of command mid-year investigation.
Bill Priestap, he's a director of counterintelligence, cooperating witness, power removed.
What date was this one? September. So we were getting told this as early as April.
So
Use
use logic.
logic.
That was the general statement before the Q team went dark for 23 or 28 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, same thing. Kind of just cooperating witness.
We understand there's extreme fatigue and frustration regarding the wills of justice, and they're turning really slow. Exclude emotion and personal desire. Instead, use logic and critical thinking based on situational awareness to undo a lifetime of evil and corruption, an infestation in the span of less than 2 years, with a corrupt DOJ and FBI in place. Wow.
So think about this. If this is happening, what's going on right now, there's going to be between the Secret Service and the FBI. There's going to be a lot of people and a lot of jobs opening.
That's why Q dropped the. Let's go to players. Let's find this Bill Priestrap. Can we search?
Yeah, let's see if the little searchy bar they got on this. There it is.
There's 81 posts involving him. Flipped and freed.
Flipped and freed. Wow. Okay.
Bill Priestrap is an American attorney and intelligence official. Since 2015, he has been the assistant director of the FBI Counterintelligence Division. He was Peter Stroke's supervisor and is now a cooperating witness. So, folks, think about this. Like, at these moments, the deep people working are seeing now, like, well, he announced his retirement. He's supposed to be, oh man, they're probably getting more and more clues every day that
it's becoming from dark to light, people. It's becoming very clear what's happening, who's doing what, who's covering their fourth point of contact, and who's trying to grab the money and run.
So we just went over these dang near 81 posts. We didn't probably go over all of them, but I'm scanning through.
And it seems like the Q team keeps telling us over and over, power removed, cooperating witness.
It is now his time to exit game.
He served his purpose.
Yeah, now everyone still doesn't get all that's happening, or people are stepping down, removing, leaving on their own, deciding to take their retirement monies. That can all be legit for right now. If crimes are coming, they're all going to come at once in this game. If arrests are coming, it's all going to come within days of each other, not this guy one by one, arrest. That's what we normally see with criminals when they commit a crime at 7-Eleven and rob a bank or a 7-Eleven. They don't wait to arrest that guy till 10 more banks are robbed. They get that guy, get him off the street, and if they're unrelated. But when you have a bunch of related crimes that are all of relation.
Well, and how can we compare this to anything else?
That's right. This is something for the history books.
Well, we look at the RICO Act. Way back in the day, the Justice Department had the same issue with the mobsters. You can't take these low-level guys out individually, so they had to come up with it all at once. This is a battle plan that's worked and it's been tried and true, even in other cases as well, where you take out all of the heads all at once. And even in the Godfather movie, didn't they do something with the fact that they're all in church, they're all at their lowest, most vulnerable level, they're all in the same place.
After a Saturday night and a Sunday morning at church, coming out with families off guard and they would hit them up.
And you'd have to do it all at once.
And that might only be 20 to 30 guys, but they're doing it that way. You don't think they're going to come up with a better plan for 50,000 if so? Or those, might not be that many people. That's just the amounts of charges and crimes. Bill Priestrap, what do you take of this one? Again, all of them always say that, but this one is the only time to say to be called. Is this early on and they didn't know whether he was working yet? Okay, no, that's August. No, because the April ones, the June ones.
Well, I think maybe he can be categorized as a live player on the board. Kind of like it's up to him how he goes. It's kind of like we say that Trump's playing 4D chess. So if he is what we'd like to call maybe a live player, we don't know which way he's going to go. He's going to be flipped. We've even seen the Black Hats question Q and be like, who is this guy? What's going on? And Q's like, well, shall we play a game? You know what we know. So we know that there's been some people, not only the Black Hats and us White Hats, trying to what's going on here. That's been alluded to as well. So I don't know. Maybe this is an instance where the evidence is so mounting against him that he has a choice: cooperate and get a reduced sentence, or you rock and roll. And it seems like the Q team's been telling us that he is a cooperating witness. His employee Strzok, didn't he get fired? Yeah. He was cooperating, but he got fired.
Yeah.
So is getting fired or power removed, is it the same thing? I don't think so, but the end result's the same. The individual's no longer in that position. You get fired, step down, retired.
It's interesting, to say the least.
Interesting.
Folks, again, for those, there's nothing happening. I mean, Trump talked about draining the swamp. We have mass exodus out of the, just the both political parties on both sides. You're talking Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. People that got positions like Paul Ryan or whatever should never leave the House Senate seat, top of it, top speaker, stepping down. Just, I'm going back to, where is he from, Wisconsin or wherever. I don't think that's the same guy. But yeah, if, wherever he's from, going back, he's done. Just to
it's not logical.
It doesn't make sense.
Career. Yeah, the very beginning.
FBI, 50 now? I think there's 50 plus from the DOJ and FBI. And then if you look at the other intelligence, NSA, CIA, when Trump first got in, all these people that started stepping down after Mike Rogers went over to Trump Tower.
Exactly. And Trump never went back to Trump Tower because of what Mr. Rogers said.
Yeah,
And
until
he
they built the skiff room. Was that a skiff room built at Trump Tower, or just a skiff room at his new place of where he's conducting business?
Joey, what I can't pronounce his last name. Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
It's funny. He, according to him, and of
Or
course,
Dan Bongingo, Bonigio.
Bonigio, yeah. According to him, he was saying that and this is again SOP, standard operating procedure. When a presidential elect he's now the elected. It takes about 10 days to set up a skiff room. This is a secured room with no communications wherever that president-elect is at, because that takes about that time. So we know that there was a skiff room. Q had also told us early on that there was skiff talk, whatnot. So then Trump never goes back to Trump Tower ever to do meetings. And so we see that there are players on the board who some of them have no choice. We think like No Name.
Yeah.
And but there are other ones, I believe, that are in a position to, like, Flynn, to give information that's going to be much greater than themselves. And I think that's where we see right now with what's happening with Michael Flynn, I believe, where he's getting a reduced sentence.
So that's another thing with Michael Flynn. They're saying he was so instrumental in helping with these other investigations. Now, we don't get a good glimpse into other investigations, but we probably all have a really good idea and clue, maybe. I mean, if they label the word other, that would mean not to do with Russia, the current one, which is Trump-Russia investigation, supposedly. So other could be, he had knowledge of Clinton things or Obama things or just treasonous things in general that involve lots and lots of people. So now we know, who does Mueller answer to? Well, not that we now, but we put it into logic that he answers to Huber. He's under IG Horowitz. So you got Huber Horowitz combo with the 470 plus investigators at their disposal. And that's all, Mueller's underneath all that. So it's going to be interesting. This is what we've been waiting for, folks, and we're going to report on this as accurately as possible. Everything that the mainstream's not doing for you. Yeah,
and we know that big things were supposed to happen today. Big things.
We're all geared up. This is going to be a huge turning point in the scheme of things, but Deep State has moves.
And how interesting is that? I mean, I was just talking
if
to
the end of your demise is coming, is there nothing that you could pull? Because once it's over, it's over.
It's over. Well, what did Q say? How do you get leverage against people who kill people? I mean, and we're talking, that's big time, big game stuff. And not to take anything away from George H.W. and the honor of the position that individual held. That's a prestigious position, highest one in our land, I believe. But to have all this coming to use that as the Deep State would use that,
that's their set game. Yeah, they have no standards.
They have no standards. Nothing exactly.
So what would you think on that note then? If I don't know what I was going to say on that, but I know that we had issues with how do I say this? I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say at this point. Something to do with the way that the offices, what about the executive orders that are coming in or up? As another discussion point, I guess.
And I think
I stared at and threw me off.
And it's up to you. And I think that the executive orders, that maybe be a secondary show or a segment.
Yeah, that's you're right. Deep. You're right. Actually, we're already at the 25-minute mark. But to give you a glimpse, we'll do a little garage talk on it to dial this in a little more. But we're going to go over a couple of these again, folks. These are all of them in order, of course, as date from when they are written. So we know the December 21st one. We know, but we were going to talk about the one that's going to come into effect right in the early January.
January 1st.
All right. So we'll do that for the next episode. We'll finish this one up here. We go a couple more minutes. So, but to honor the presidency, the position, that is the correct thing to do. It's optics right now, folks. There is no reason to just sit there and trash somebody that's already passed at this point. I think there's going to be big revelations on the JFK files that we got released. That some of that JFK stuff went all the way into Hitler was brought up in it. You had now all the way up to 9/11, I think, connections because of Nazi ties, certain families involved. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out. But there were a few pages that were redacted, blacked out, and that might have had Bush's name involved. I'm not speculating. This is things I've read.
Yep.
I guess I am speculating, but these are things I've read, and I don't want to get too deep into that. Just surfaceable, just so you're aware. But I think maybe now with him passing in the future, short future here, that might be, again, it's so old now. There's so many other things to worry about, but it would be a closure for people that were involved in that and need closure for that because, there's people from 9/11, Vietnam, just all kinds of things.
Well, no, I would agree. And with that, in closing, I would say I think this would not only be closure to a lot of things that would happened. I think we doing the right thing, honoring this person for what they did and their acolytes. He did serve his country. He did serve as the president. That's a very honorable thing to do. I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be a little bit different than today. But
lots of things had to get rescheduled.
Lots of stuff had to get rescheduled, and stuff that I think that Mike and I and a lot of us in the public don't even realize how much got rescheduled. I mean, if they have to shut down the post office and the stock exchange, now that's huge, people. The stock exchange is now not shut down because of anything else. I mean, it dropped only 700 points last night.
Yeah, and if these dark or the dark side, the evil people. Mm-hmm. The bad actors are aware of the game that's being played. All right, we're told that in the cue boards that this is a war. They're very aware of the cue boards. They read them. They're getting disinformation out of it. That's why we get disinformation. It's necessary. They are going to do everything. If you are going down, if you know that you don't make a move and that this is going to lead to that, and then by Thursday we're all done. We're hanging, as Hillary said, or these other people. We're going to be hanging by lamp poles. You're going to do whatever you can to get another day, to get another week, to get another 72 hours.
They're fighting for their life, some of these people.
They know that if you can push it to the weekend and it didn't get out yet, that they're not going to do any moves. It's not the typical, you're not the local guy in your town that the cops are just going to come rage on Saturday. This is a huge thing. They're doing it in a natural, organic way by showing us things, certain people dropping out one by one. We're getting all this facts and people coming to talk to Congress, and we're going to get facts and investigations. And man, oh man, did Hoover get a fair year-long investigation of what he digged into probably. Trump kept the media and limelight busy over here with tweets and just swimming in shit.
Keeping the whole light off of the investigation. And
the way it should be. The way it very should be. Good, what have we seen in the past? Weekly updates, leaks, things that hindered.
Oceans of leaks coming from stuff that has hindered everything else. So we can definitely see that this is going to be wrapping up pretty intense and pretty crazy. So it's we say moves and counter moves, and I think this was a move by the deep state, and according to Q team, it was well played, and I think they've tasted our counter move already.
Oh yeah. There is nothing that's going to stop what's coming, folks. Nothing. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward. We're going to bring you another half hour if we can. I think we got time. We're going to shut this one down, readjust our focus to something else. But this was a great episode. Glad Ben was here.
Yes.
Ben will be here for the next one. So stick around, folks. It's getting good. And we're honored to have you stop by here at the Patriot Hour.
Yes.
It's been just a great going on a year here soon for us.
Crazy wild ride, and God bless all you, and thank you, because it's you guys that keep all this going, and it's because of what you guys are doing that keeps us going as well.
All right, and there it was. You had Ben, Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q.